and you won't be there. The whole thing's daft, I don't know why. You have to laugh, or else you cry. You have to live, or else you die. You have to laugh, or else you cry.
And the plan is going out there to all you Salford fans. Yes, I hope tomorrow you have a win and the season's massive. And I can't wait for Dennis to start doing his rugby league reports. That's going to be absolutely amazing. And I know Dennis is looking forward to it too. Right, last night, Williams got added to a group called Manchester Music. And it's a great group. And I got talking to a few people on it. Well, anyway, I was talking to this one girl, Gemma Snee. And she said to me she's a big James fan and it's Tim Booth's birthday today, so throwing a bit of James on. So I thought, right, I will do, but I thought, first of all, because James is a Manchester band, I'll tell you a little bit about him. They formed in 1982 and were active throughout the 80s, but he was most successful during the start of the 90s. The next singles include Sit Down and Laid. Following the departure of Tim Booth in 2001, the band became inactive, but they reformed in January 2007, returning for a new album and an international tour. James was formed in 1982 in Whalley Range, Manchester, when Paul Gibbetson convinced his friend, Tim Glenner, to buy a bass guitar and form a band with him. Their lineup solidified with the accusation of Gavin Whelan on drums. They played a string of gigs under the names of Venereal and The Disease, and later Volume Distortion, before setting out on the name of Model Team International, then shortened it to Model Team. They performed mostly improvised material derived from jamming sessions, supported The Fall at an early gig. Vocalists and other musicians drifted rapidly in and out of their lineup until the band encountered Tim Booth at a student disco. Gibbetson invited him to the band's scout hut in Withington to join the band as a dancer. After a brief period under the name of Tribal Outlook, the band renamed themselves James in August 1982. At a gig at the Hacienda, they caught the attention of Tony Wilson of Factory Records. He offered James an album deal with Factory, but the band, who now was a settled live act, were worried about tarnishing their material in the studio and settled instead for a 3-track EP. The debut release, the Jamone EP, was recorded at Strawberry Studios in Stockport in August 1983 and released on the Factory Records in September. It was named Single of the Week by NEM in the UK, and it led to a tour supporting the Smiths. How good does that get? Although it was now being touted as the next big thing, several complex issues slowly progressed. Gibbetson's drug problem presented the band with no choice but to ask him to leave. Booth and Glenner had joined a sect named Lifewave that imposed many restrictions on their lifestyle and threatened the band's stability. The band's second EP, James 2, was released over a year after the first and accompanied by a feature of a cover on NEM. Gibbetson, having been replaced as the band's guitarist, it was replaced by his tutor, Larry Gott. The first 2 EPs would later be collected as Village Fire. Reviews were once again positive, and Factory was still eager for James to record an album with it, but the band believed Factory were purely image-based and left the label, striking a deal with Shire Records. Now, if that doesn't impress you about Williams' musical knowledge and James and the Manchester scene in general, nothing will. Right, I better go back to the special request now, and it's going out there to Gemma Snee. Hope you're enjoying the show, and I hope you're enjoying the Manchester music, Gemma.
Noises above, but she only comes when the me up in women's clothes, messed around with gender roles, lie my eyes and call me pretty.
That was James with Laid, and he's back now, aren't you, mate? Where have you been?
I had to go and visit the little boys' room.
Little boys' room?
Yeah.
Big boys' room.
Tip me skip.
Never said a little boys' room. Always sell yourself good. That's what I like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hence the Williams, do you know what I mean? What did you think of the photo shoot last night, mate?
Oh, that was a buzz, that. And it was over in no time as well, wasn't it?
I know.
You spoke to Light here?
Yeah, he said he's working on it. He said the one where would it... Well, I don't really want to say much, you know, because of the until the picture comes out.
Right.
But he said the one, right, what we did last.
Right.
Absolutely, amazing. He said he's going with that. He said he's going with that one.
Right.
And I knew he would.
Was he putting a little montage together?
Oh, yeah. It'll be alright. I'm really looking forward for that. Do you know
I'll tell you what, he's a top lad night, you know, Light, you know.
Yeah.
I'm still not listening to his show yet, but I'll listen to that Saturday because I've got a load of...
Well, they've got a lot of listeners this week. They're back in 3 figures. So, yeah.
Happy days.
Yeah, so we'll be, what's it, that, won't it?
Yeah.
Be top when that's sorted. Right, I was going to say now, what do you think about these 3 new blokes that are standing for mayor?
Well, I've only heard of I've only heard about one of them. I've only seen one of them.
Right. Well,
the new Labour councillor is against all these academies. Is that about failing schools? These academies, is it?
Yeah.
Where they take the control out.
They take the control of the parents.
And
yes.
it's run from the council, then, is it?
That's the one. Yes.
Yeah. What's all that about?
The government have complete control, don't they?
Oh, the government do.
Yeah, the government, mates. The government this time. Do you know what I mean?
Why are they getting involved in stuff that's local?
I think it's because there's a hell of a lot of money involved in it.
Oh, there's always massive amounts of money. Yeah, but there's even less now because of these private financing initiatives where they've got to pay thousands every year just for the rent and the upkeep of these buildings. And at the end of these 25 years, they're allowed to buy it then after they've already paid 3 times the amount for it.
Right.
It's a joke, isn't it?
Of course it's a joke. Right, getting back to these 3...
mayoral candidates.
The 3 Labour mayoral candidates, right? It's Paul Wilson, Paul Dennett and Roger Jones. Right, so I've been doing a few inquiries today. I've been doing a little bit of digging, as you do.
Yeah, as you do.
As I do, yes. As I do.
Well, let's hope he's better than the current one.
Right, well...
should we go on to that shortly?
No, we'll go on to him in a bit, because I can't do a show without slagging him, because I dislike the guy.
Yeah, you're really not.
I really do. I'm not a fan.
Well, we've got to get behind this, the new mayor. We
can only get behind him if they do right for the city, right? And just because they're a Labour councillor does not mean they should get the vote. Now, I got to thinking now.
Who gets to vote in these things?
We all get to vote. The people of Salford,
right?
Okay. So I got to thinking, we should nominate someone from Salford with a bit of balls to stand up for him, get him in as an independent, as mayor. As long as we all stick together and we all decide on the right person, we can get him in.
Yeah.
We can beat Labour. We can beat Labour. I know we can.
But you know what, Si? You've got to have your finger on the pulse. You'd make a good mayor.
I wouldn't make a good mayor, mate, because I'd get too carried away and I'd want to give it him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? When they try to impose cuts on the vulnerable, I would want to start scrapping with them, and that's not the attitude to take. You've got to be a bit clever as well.
Well, you've got to be pragmatic as well, Si.
Pragmatic,
where are you going to make these cuts at? You know,
well, you go through the books, don't you? You get yourself a good accountant. Do you know what I mean?
Instead of a bent one.
Well, all you got to do is look at the dodgy dealings they've done. How much land did they give away?
What was that? 15 million doubloons for the park.
How much? 19 million.
19 million. And 10 million went straight to Peel Holdings.
Yeah, as a landing fee.
Yeah.
Right, it did.
Yeah.
And I'm retiring in May.
Yeah.
Come on, mate.
And don't forget, they've had Peel Holdings have had their hands in
Salford Stadium.
Well,
another 25 million there.
You know what I mean?
Hey, and they're making cuts.
They're milking the city, aren't they?
The milking it ain't the word. They're even charging Salford City Council for a room. They have a room there. They have a room there, and they pay about 17 grand a year for it.
Wow,
it's a joke, mate. I'd love to go through them books. I'd love to get an accountant.
There's a £17,000 saving straight away.
I know, straight away.
What is it? Jobs for the boys and stuff like that to take your wife and all that, lots of to lunches into matches. And,
you know the dance, mate.
Yeah, of course I do.
You know the dance.
I know many of them.
I'm not blaming Q-Cash or what's it if they can
can't
get
blame
it.
Q-Cash, can you?
No, you can't blame Q-Cash.
He's selling the rooms, isn't he?
Yeah, you can't
it's his
blame
business,
him.
isn't it? He needs to keep that business afloat, doesn't he?
Of course he does,
and
yeah.
with millions in debt, you know what I mean?
Oh, I don't think they're in debt, are they?
Yeah, of course they are. I saw that they made a loss of something about 8.9 million pound in debt.
Wow.
I'm telling you.
I think they should sell that stadium. This is
a
my
white
plan.
elephant, isn't it?
Yeah. Nobody
But
wants to go there.
make a difference?
Right. This is my plan. Sell that stadium to Salford City Football Club. Right. Because they're rising up the leagues. Them. They need a decent stadium. Sell it to them.
Right. Okay.
Because
they want to go there.
Well, yeah, because they're going to need somewhere. Because obviously, sooner or later, they're going to be a league team.
Because it's dilapidated that more leg ground, didn't it?
Right. So then, sell that. Council, sell that to Salford City Football Club.
Yeah.
Right. Then sell the land on Moor Lane.
Right.
For houses. Right.
Yeah.
So whatever you get off that.
Where does Salford go in the meantime?
Oh, listen to this. This is a master plan.
Right. Go on.
What we do, we build a new stadium in Beulah Park.
Oh, I'll tell you what, that's a great idea.
That's a great idea. It's
at
at
the
the end of the
taking away
motorway.
recreation facilities again then, though, aren't
No,
you?
we're not, because nobody plays on the golf course, do they?
No, they don't.
So, that is the ideal scenario. Right? What do you think about that?
Yeah, that's not a bad idea, that's right.
And the money you get from the sale of the ground...
that part of East Lane there...
Yeah, it's ideal, isn't it?
You could annex it, couldn't you?
Of course you could. That is ideal building land for the Salford ground.
Yeah.
Take us back to
Still
our...
got the park, haven't we? Still got all the big fields in the park.
You've still got the bottom end of the park, you've still got the side end of the park in the museum.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And
that's a good idea, that.
Then, with the museum, right, open that up as a rugby league museum for the national heritage.
Yeah.
Boom!
Yeah.
Side!
Yeah.
Williams has sussed it all.
Yeah.
What do you think? Are you happy with that?
Great idea.
We happy with that?
Who's going to finance this ground, though?
Well, the finance comes from the sale of the opposite ground of the AJ Bell Stadium.
Yeah, but we don't own that ground.
Council owns 25 million. 20, half of it. Peel Holdings owns the rest, right? We sell our half to Class of 92 for 25 mil. They can have it at book sheet price. The money we get for land, we'll probably get another couple of mil there, won't we?
Yeah.
So you've got 27 mil, brilliant ground. Everyone's happy.
Why did they not just compulsory purchase that side of East Lane and that side of Kennedy Road?
Yeah.
And build, because you had the cricket ground,
yeah,
you had the squash court, and you had the car park.
Yeah.
That's a massive piece of land.
Absolutely massive, mate, because they don't think like us. He said they was going to consult the fans, and they didn't consult any of us.
Yeah.
Now, I've just sorted that problem out for him in one.
Yeah, that's a great idea, that.
Easy.
Yeah, I think you come up against a lot of stiff opposition for that, though.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, I think you would.
I think most Salford fans want to go back to their home.
Yeah, because it's home, isn't it?
All right, what about West One then? Build it on West One.
It still echoes, though, isn't it?
It's a lot nearer than what's it? It's a lot nearer than Earlham.